Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about Nintendo Switch, PlayStation Vita, Zelda, ASUS, and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on PC with Ryujinx, and yesterday user released their progress report, and today Ryujinx released theirs. We're just going over this at a high level, so I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. So first and foremost, in April, the development team was suddenly very interested in improving the stability, fidelity, and performance of Breath of the Wild, and they did. There were also a number of improvements to a bunch of different games here, including Fate Extella, and you can see the before and after with the very interesting textures actually rendering now. The macOS build with Molten VK also got a whole bunch of improvements, and some games are now rendering entirely. It's arguable that Ryujinx is now considerably less memory hungry thanks to a whole bunch of memory usage reduction. File types can now be hidden or shown in the Ryujinx menu, which will help you clean a whole bunch of things up. And the network interface selector has been backported from LDN. You can pick up the LDN builds over on the Ryujinx Patreon page, and it's nice to see this stuff in the mainline build. Ryujinx has had an incredible month, and for those of you wondering about the future of this emulator, the developers are still working hard to improve it and deliver more features. As far as I know, the whole DMCA and lockpick thing has no bearing on whether or not Ryujinx is continuing. They're still going forward. Moving on, and we're talking about PlayStation Vita emulation with Vita3k, and this is not for Android just yet. This is for PC. Anyways, here there was a minor fix that you might be interested in, you might not. So the latest update here appears to fix a whole bunch of background images for a whole bunch of different games. Vita3k on PC gets updated quite frequently, and if you haven't updated it in a while, you might want to pick up the latest version. You can pick it up right from their website. And speaking about updates, next up we're talking about a PlayStation game that just got a brand new English translation. The game is Yuna 3, or Galaxy Fraulien Yuna. I might have butchered that. And it didn't just get translated, they've also optimized the game and added some options here to skip the cutscenes. So if you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to it in the description below and feel free to check it out, and the source code is right on GitHub. Next up, we're talking about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and reviews for this game are coming in, and this game is not going to disappoint. Right now over on OpenCritic, it's the highest reviewed game of all time. It's beating out Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Red Dead Redemption 2, and even Elden Ring. And if you take a look here between number 1 and 2, Super Mario Odyssey has 97 and Tears of the Kingdom has 97. The big difference is that 98% of critics recommend Odyssey and 100% of critics recommend Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. Some people already have their copy of Tears of the Kingdom, and some people already seem to be having quite a bit of fun with it. If you've received your copy already, let me know in the comments below and let me know if you like it. And last up here, we're talking about the ASUS, or ASUS, or Subscribe to Mr. Sujano ROG Ally. And reviews for this handheld have been popping up on YouTube today, specifically from RGT85, Retro Game Core, ETA Prime, Linus Tech Tips, and a whole bunch more. And the reviews have been incredibly favorable, and so is that price. Now, interestingly enough, the Z1, which arguably performs worse than the Z1 Extreme, at least on paper here, is priced $50 less than the top tier version of the Steam Deck. Nobody has reviewed this one yet. Everyone right now is reviewing the Z1 Extreme, which is $50 more than the top tier Steam Deck. And the performance of it is reportedly way better than the Steam Deck, although Windows does have its quirks. Now, a lot of people are saying that the ASUS ROG Ally is a Steam Deck killer, and I would tend to agree in some areas and some areas no. First and foremost, with the price, I still recommend the cheapest version of the Steam Deck. It's the one I have, and I just stick a micro SD card in it and I'm absolutely fine. But if you like the more storage and better screen, you can always pay more and get the better version. Anyways, here when it comes to raw performance, there's no denying the ROG Ally blows the Steam Deck out of the water. When it comes to operating systems, Windows wasn't really designed for a device like the ROG Ally, and I'm assuming it's going to get optimized in the future, at least I'm hoping so. However, and this is a big however and very interestingly timed, Jay's 2 Cents put out a video today that says, "I'm sorry ASUS, but you're fired." Admittedly, this is about PC components, but at the same time here, it's the exact same company. And Jay's 2 Cents says, "The last several years have proven that ASUS is anti-consumer and lacks serious quality control. Enough so that we can no longer support the brand or allow them to be one of our trusted sponsors. I'll drop a link to this video in the description below and feel free to check it out. And on a quick side note and kind of unrelated matter, I've seen a lot of questions out there asking if you can plug in a GPU to the ROG Ally to make it even better. You can, provided you pick up the official ASUS XG Mobile. It's a proprietary connection that plugs into the ROG Ally. You can't use Thunderbolt or USB-C on it as far as I know. And if you wanted the 4090, it's going to set you back $2,000, which is a considerable amount and way more than the ROG Ally, way more than 3 ROG Allies. So before you say the ROG Ally is a Steam Deck killer, or before you say the Steam Deck is great and the ROG Ally sucks, just remember that both of them can exist in the exact same market and there's room for both. Even Steam Deck here says congratulations to ASUS ROG on the announcement of the ROG Ally. We're excited to see PC handheld ecosystem continue to grow and for players to have more ways to play their games on the go. And ASUS responds and says, thank you, we're big fans of Valve and love that the openness of the PC platform allows gamers to bring their Steam libraries to devices like the Ally. Here's to the next chapter of handheld gaming. See, everybody is friends, just why can't we all get along? Now, if you ask me if I'm Team Steam Deck or Team ROG Ally, I'm Team both right now. If I had to pick up one over the other though, I'd still pick up the Steam Deck considering it's purpose-built for Linux and it receives a ton of attention from Valve and a ton of customer support. I use this to record, edit YouTube videos while I'm camping and I'm still going to do that this year. To me, the Steam Deck is a perfect machine for me and the ROG Ally is great, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of Windows, but some people are. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We've talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.